Boom. Welcome back, everybody. Caught him off guard. No. I had it muted on it, and so muted to you too. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of the W Key Podcast, episode number 28. We are also celebrating our year anniversary of podcasting. We started this whole journey last year. Last August 9th was when we released our first episode. So a little over a year. Big whoop. One day. And yeah, this is... it's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. And so we're doing a giveaway. If anyone's been looking at our Twitter or social media, anything like that, we're doing a giveaway. It ends, the time to enter ends at the end at 8:30. And that's when we're going to draw. So we're going to draw live on stream. We're giving away $25 gift card, which we hope you use to buy Season 5 Battle Pass or Call of Duty. But in all reality, you can use it to buy whatever you want. And yeah, it's going to be a hell of a time. We thank everyone for joining us. Everyone who's... I know, right? Anyone who's live with us, anyone who's going to be listening to the audio version, big thanks for everyone who's been around with us for this year. If you're new and you're just finding us, that's awesome. If you like what you hear, rate us, review us, share us with friends. Let everyone know about us if you're really digging what we're doing. It's really appreciated. Word of mouth really helps us out a lot. So this episode's going to be a good one, I think. I mean, we had a great episode last week with Dirk from Super Arrogant Bros. I'll be the first to admit I get a little off the rails with some areas. It was my birthday, and I'd gone out and done a little drinking the night before, so my brain wasn't fully firing on all cylinders. So that one was a little bit. It was good. It was good. Everything else is good. I'm critical of myself. I think that that I was not the best in that particular episode. So, but if you guys loved it, let us know. That's awesome too.
I don't want to make you go off on a witch hunt here, but your mic just kind of sounds like raspy, or it just doesn't sound clean.
Raspy, huh?
It just doesn't. I don't know. It just.
I have not changed anything else, so.
I think it just something's up too high, because when you were talking there quieter, it's fine, but when you're into it and talking louder, yeah, what's up, guys? It peaks. I think peaking probably maybe.
All right, well,
maybe just kind of dial the mic down just a little bit, possibly, so when you do get into it, it doesn't clip peak, whatever it's called. I'm not an audio engineer.
Just fucking around with everything here.
I'm just saying, I didn't want you to. I'm just letting you know now, because I don't want you to go back and re-listen to it. Oh, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Sound any better?
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect. I turned down the gain a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm using a new kind of show everyone. Got a cool little it's kind of like a cloud lifter. It's a cloud lifter knockoff of Frethead, so it helps give me some gain on my my dynamic microphone. So that's probably where it's coming from. I haven't quite worked everything out yet, but hopefully as of now, everything's good to go. So yeah, so it 1 year. We're back on track. 1 year podcasting. It's been a blast. We have enjoyed the ride. We hope you guys are enjoying the ride. Here's to another year. We're just going to go ahead and hop right into the episode. There's a lot of cool stuff to talk about. And like I said, we're doing the giveaway at 8:30. That's when the entry closes. And so right after that closes, we'll do the giveaway live.
Why don't you let the folks know how they enter?
Yeah. So in order to enter, you're going to go here. I'll drop the link in the chat real quick. Go to gleam.io. This, boom, that bad boy right there. So yeah, that's the link to enter for the giveaway. We have 830 total entries, so that's pretty awesome. Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Dirk?
How you doing on this lovely Monday?
So was it just follow Twitter, follow Twitch, check out YouTube page?
Yep. Follow Twitter, follow Twitch, check out YouTube, check out Instagram, and then if you do all four of those, you unlock the ability to tweet for 10 extra tweet that you're entered for 10 extra entry points. So we have about let me see here real quick while we're doing it. We have about 103 users that have entered. So that's pretty cool. I mean, our first giveaway, like I said, for a year of podcasting, it's our first giveaway of 103 people entering. It's pretty awesome.
That's
Granted,
not bad at all.
at least one of those is our friend, Sean. So, but whatever, you know, use it to whatever, you know, use the friends for whatever you can get. Got no power, no internet, man. That sucks.
Oh,
I'd say you're
that's
getting hit
fun.
by the hurricane. Is that happening? It was supposed to. I say that,
I
you
mean,
know,
I
because basically it was supposed to come up here, but it didn't end up coming up here. We got nothing, so I
well, it
didn't know.
did, but it wasn't as bad as people thought. It was raining, windy, but not what everyone was. Oh my God, bunker
Really?
down.
When was it rainy and windy? Oh yeah,
And for
good.
us, it was. We had tornado warnings and shit like that.
when
for
like,
us,
last week?
yeah, last
Yeah,
Wednesday,
I guess you're
Thursday,
right.
something
It
like
did
that.
pour.
and it came through. And it was raining and pretty windy, but not. I didn't really pay attention after I shut the curtains. I just
Yeah.
forgot about it because it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
we got
totally
hit by
forgot about that.
a little bit.
Iowa, oh, massive storm in Iowa. Okay. Well, hope everything's going well. Hope you're doing good. Hope the power comes on soon. Because I mean, it's hot as fuck here. I can only imagine how hot it is in Iowa. So without the
Yeah, the
AC, that's
AC.
gonna be a pain in the butt. But so, like I said, all the giveaway stuff out of the way. We're moving on. This episode's gonna be pretty good, I think. You know, it's been a couple weeks since we brought you anything news related. You know, we had Dirk on from Super Arrogant Bros last week, and that was awesome. So you know, we've had some time, some things have happened. You know, we're just gonna hop right in and talk to him like we normally do. First thing I want to hit on that I think is pretty funny, in my opinion, for a couple reasons. Everyone knows. Anyone who's been a longtime listener of the show knows that I am not a fan of the one called Ninja. And he did a recent interview with the Hollywood Reporter back in July, I think it was, where he was basically saying he is interested in getting into Hollywood. You know, cartoons, acting, voice acting, whatever it is. Like he wants to, because he's been in a couple things. He's been in a couple cameos on certain things. He's gonna be. He has a cameo spot in Ryan Reynolds' new movie. Geez, what the hell?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget the name of the movie, but the new.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the new movie that's coming up with Ryan Reynolds. It's all about like gaming and being, you know, he's basically a gaming hero or a gaming character, and so he has a cameo in that, which is kind of to be expected. He's kind of the biggest name in gaming, but he wants to be more first-hand roles. So
yeah, like the star.
Yeah, more or less like acting, voice acting, like I said earlier. So, you know, he wants to do that, and this is kind of, you know, I wouldn't say on the heels, because it's been the fact that Doc inked that deal for an animated series happened, you know, 3-4 months ago probably. So it's not really on the heels of Doc announcing that he's like kind of getting into Hollywood, but you know, one would expect, and I kind of have been waiting silently to see when Ninja was going to kind of make his decision or make his foray into Hollywood, because I figured it was coming. You know, I mean, I kind of was like, it's going to happen sometime soon. But yeah, you know, that he's got his eyes set on that. You know, there's not a whole lot of substance like news-wise or anything, you know, or really anything to this. It's an interesting thought, I guess, because I mean, you know, he's okay on camera. But he's okay on camera while gaming. You know, is he okay on camera while he's being told how to act, or can he act? You know, he always harps on people who say that gaming is super easy, man. You just sit there and you game. And he's like, no, there's so much more to gaming. And it's true. I mean, there's a lot of skill that goes into gaming, a lot of skill that people who don't game wouldn't really understand. Same can be said for acting, though. There's a lot of skill. You know, some people think you just get up there and you say lines. And, you know, for some roles, that is the case. But I would say there's more skill to acting than most people realize, and I don't even know that Ninja realizes it. So
I feel like this
almost,
is
it's almost as awkward as your mustache.
Hey, this is great, bud. Don't worry about that. I need to shave the rest of this because it's drawing away because it's growing in.
Yeah.
But don't you worry about that. I think this might be a big yikes for me. Honestly, I've never been the biggest fan of him just because his personality I don't like. And then if you go to his streams and you watch him, I don't know. Yes, he's good on camera, but I feel like he doesn't really do much to interact with his chat and stuff like that. So while he's used to being on camera,
There's a lot of people in this chat though, so
I don't think he's good at being on camera personally.
yeah.
But I'm just curious if this is kind of like, is he gonna like do you think he's doing this to leave streaming and go do Hollywood, or does he want to do Hollywood and stream at the same time? Because at this point in time, he's not signed anywhere. He's not streaming.
Streamed twice in 2 months.
Yeah, he's done a YouTube stream and he's done a Twitch stream, and that's it. So I don't know if he's trying to like figure out which platform to go to, or if this Hollywood deal comes through, he says, screw it all anyways, I'm just going to go to Hollywood. So
yeah,
I'm curious to see if this is his like another option for his future, I guess, job. If none of these two platforms, YouTube or Twitch, he doesn't like them, he's like, all right, I'm just going to go to Hollywood then.
I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean, who knows? He might be burnt out on streaming. And yeah, it's a good point. I mean, even voice acting people throw their bodies into it. I mean, a lot of you watch, the behind the scenes footage of people doing the lines for the scenes. They're
doing everything.
They're acting it out. It's just basically putting their voice into the animated scene. But even though they're more or less acting the scene out themselves, so again, that kind of goes back to the point where I don't think he fully realizes the skill and dedication needed to do these other things, and he might be burnt out on streaming. The outlook might not be that good from any of these platforms as far as money is concerned. He might have prelim deals from both platforms and they're not up to his par, and those platforms aren't budging, and that might be an option why, or a thought why he's going or announcing this. I mean, I'll give him credit. His announcement video, when he was announced that he was signing to Mixer, that was funny. He did a good job in that. But that was
so I guess maybe he
real
is
quick
good
hitter.
But maybe he's good at doing production stuff. I don't like watch him on his streams, and that's just all off the top of your head while you're live. So maybe he is a lot better at stuff that's pre-recorded, pre-planned, and executed that way. Because that's a good point. His announcement video was actually the one thing I enjoyed him doing. So maybe this is better for him. Stuff that isn't live.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's doing it because he kind of realizing he might be on the downslope of his streaming career. He's peaked. Fortnite was the guy, the streamer, signed the huge deal with Mixer. Then now Mixer's closed down shop, and he has just fallen kind of off the radar a little bit because, like we said, he's done 2 streams. He's not back into streaming, so maybe he's just realizing he's on the downslope of his streaming career and is just planning his future out.
Maybe, and I mean, it would make sense. Well, I don't think he's quite done.
No, I don't
streaming.
Think so. I think it's a possibility. He might be lingering in his mind for once.
So we'll see. I mean, because he got a payout from Microsoft when he did.
He also got a big check, so he doesn't need to be streaming anytime soon.
Doesn't need to be doing much. So it's an interesting situation. It could be interesting to see moving forward. Speaking of Ninja, and then like we mentioned about Doc and his deal, I'm still excited for more info on that. Obviously, we'll talk a little bit more about Doc later on in the episode, but I'm still interested and pretty excited to see where Doc's TV thing goes, his animated series. So that could be good. So I mean, you're going to start to see these people that permeate kind of the boundaries of they finally make it out of the gaming sphere. They permeate into kind of mainstream media. Ninja's definitely done that. Doc has done that recently with his band and everything like that. So, there always are names that people who aren't really into gaming, who don't follow Twitch and don't follow streaming, know. And so it makes sense to, what's the saying? Make hay while the sun shines, or something like that. So, he's got the ability. He's relevant. Might as well be out there doing stuff to make money, and if the acting is one way to do it, then that's what he's going to do. I guess
he's always been the one gamer that the non-gamers recognize. He's always been that dude who's been seen by others outside the gaming sphere. So it makes sense that he tries to continue it.
Yeah, new fan of Doc. Yeah, I love Doc, and we'll get to Doc later on in the show. But I love him. I do. Yeah, we'll get to some of that stuff later, but I'm right there with you. I love him. Twitch Prime's going away, so that's kind of interesting. I mean,
let's not scare people.
It's going away. You're gonna lose all your free subs.
It's
so
rebranding.
Yes, it's rebranding. It's been about 4 years since they initiated the Twitch Prime program. They're rebranding it into Prime Gaming. So essentially, they're bringing everything gaming related that Amazon does under one umbrella. So when you go to the Amazon homepage, you have shopping, Amazon TV or Amazon Prime Video rather. You have Prime Music, you have Fresh. So you have all these different sectors that they do that basically all have their own little sites from there. And so that's essentially what they're doing with this move is they're making Prime Gaming. So if you go to the homepage, whatever it is, you can find Prime Gaming. It's its own little area. It shows you all the info on gaming related stuff. They have games that you can download for free with your Prime membership, install them, keep them forever. And it outlines all the perks that you get with your Prime membership as far as gaming is concerned, because that's the big thing. Not a lot of people really put the two together, like Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime. Like it was a good starting point.
Exactly why they're doing this.
Yeah, it was a good starting point back 4 years ago. I don't think they ever thought that Twitch would get to where it is now. I mean, they might have, or they probably hoped so, but they might not have thought it would have gotten there as fast as it did. And so it's one way to kind of get the people who aren't gamers, who have Prime memberships, to kind of realize, oh shit, like I get gaming stuff with my Prime.
This whole other
membership.
section of goodies that your membership can be used on.
Yeah, so
because you got great stuff for videos, music, and everything like that. So might as well continue it into the game thing. But yeah, I like I said, it's a lot. There's tons of people out there who probably just to begin with doesn't know that Amazon owns Twitch to begin with.
Yeah.
And then 2, they don't know that their Amazon Prime account can then lead to a bunch of goodies on Twitch, like free subs, this and that, and just free games in general that you can download. So it's a good move by them to rebrand and put their name on it, essentially, like, oh, it's Prime Gaming. So everyone knows, oh, I have Amazon Prime. That must mean I have access to this instead of Twitch Prime. So
yeah,
it's cool. It's good. I'm not gonna like saying it in my sellouts though. I like saying, hey, how about them Twitch Primes? And I gotta say, hey, who's got some Prime Gaming? Who's got Primes? I don't know how to say it. Man. I don't know how to sell out.
Give me some of them Primes.
Prime me up, dude. Any
Actually,
primers? I don't know. Any primers in chat?
Primers,
like that.
prime me up. That's a pretty
prime
good one.
Me up. Could be an email right there too. If I
So it is interesting. I get their move from a business standpoint, but like you said, a lot of people have gotten very used to Twitch Prime. I mean, it's sort of just, it flows a little bit better than Prime Gaming. And when you say, when you do your sellouts on Twitch while you're streaming and you say Twitch Prime, you get the connection there. So it's almost like they're sacrificing one disconnect, or they're rectifying one disconnect and creating another disconnect by, they're rectifying the disconnect that people don't know about Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime are like the same, but then they're creating the new disconnect where if like you're a new viewer and you go and you're like, hey, hit me with that Prime Gaming sub, like people are like, ugh.
Like I don't have that. I have Twitch Prime sub. Now,
exactly.
It's the same thing, dude.
Yeah. So like,
hope they blasted emails everywhere.
Oh,
I got an email. I got when I came to Twitch, they had a notification for. So
yeah,
I'm sure everyone will switch over. But yeah, there could be they could have tried to fix one hole, but made another one pop up, or people who didn't know about it are gonna be wondering, where's my Twitch Prime at? And then
so
a bunch of people are probably gonna get tired of saying the same thing over and over again in their chats. Like big streamers, imagine big streamers, 20,000 people watching, you have all these people with Twitch Prime. They come in like, "Where's my Twitch Prime? Oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Where's my Twitch Prime? Oh, it's here. It's here. It's here. It's here."
They probably just set up a command.
Yeah, just like hit the command.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's that. That's interesting. It's not going to affect anything.
I don't think we said it, but yeah, nothing's changing, folks.
Yeah.
It's just changing their names. You get same exact benefits Twitch Prime has. Everything it has. It's just changing. It's just changing its name. That's it. Twitch Prime to Prime Gaming. That's the only thing that's changing.
So yeah, keeping everything else the same. You're not losing anything, and realistically, you're not gaining anything unless you didn't know about all those other things. Like me, I didn't know about those games that you could download for free.
Same. Yeah, I didn't know we could get games at all.
So in all reality, that that worked. Their marketing plan worked on me.
I feel like they might also, hopefully, they will expand the free games, because if you're gonna call something Prime Gaming, you're gonna expect a lot of decent games. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're gonna try to expand their gaming library now they make this name switch. Would be kind of cool. But yeah, I didn't know you could get free games either. I thought that you can only really get in-game loot for games you already had, but free games, sign me up.
I know, that's what I say. Yeah, so like we just really want to harp. You're not losing anything. You're not losing anything.
Yeah, no.
on
When
this
I
change,
read
so.
when I pulled up the show outline, the first thing I saw Twitch Prime's going was like, what the fuck?
Make him shit himself.
I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Rebrand. Gotcha.
So, we don't talk about hardware stuff all that often. We've talked a lot about consoles, and that's technically a form of hardware, but that's
the hot ticket.
Yeah, and that's the hot ticket, and it's to be expected that a gaming podcast would talk about the new consoles. Something lesser talked about, I would think, is the new video cards. So Nvidia is going to be releasing info on the video cards at the end of August. So their teaser was 21 days, 21 years, find out more. And basically, so that's August 31st is when they're going to be releasing or making the announcement about their new line of cards. And so AMD and NVIDIA are both coming out with new cards this year. AMD's already kind of, I don't know about ahead of the game, but all of their Navi architecture is what's going to be powering the consoles. So all the graphics cards and the consoles are all based on AMD's new architecture, the Navi architecture, Big Navi as some people call it. And that's coming into their consumer video cards as well. What we haven't really seen, or consumers haven't seen, tech YouTubers and stuff like that, they've seen it and stuff like that, is is NVIDIA's new Ampere. I don't know that's exactly
Ampere sounds good to me.
Ampere or Amp, I guess. AMPRER. So pronounce it however you want. So that is NVIDIA's new architecture. So it's a different architecture from the RTX 20 series cards that are out there now. So the new line's coming out. It's going to be the RTX 30 series, most likely.
Yep.
It's going to replace the 20 series, which was released 2 years ago, which I found that like crazy. I was like, 2 years ago? I was like, I could have swore they came out like last year.
Mm-hmm.
So man, time flies. So yeah, new architecture, a new series of cards. Obviously, it's going to have a boost in performance. They're upping, their power for ray tracing, and it's going to be the first card to support HDMI 2.1. It's from NVIDIA's side of things. So, so that's all cool. Matt actually has a video on your YouTube channel about HDMI 2.1.
2.1s for
so if you're
gaming
interested,
stuff like that, so you can check that out.
Go to Matt's YouTube channel, look up that video. And essentially, it's just higher. It's going to be higher refresh rates and higher hertz thing. You're going to be able to play games through HDMI ports with those higher FPS, higher refresh rates that these new cards are going to be pumping out. And yeah,
so
I mean,
do you think like AMD, do you think that them making the graphics card for the next gen consoles put them ahead of the game of just having a model made up already? Or do you think NVIDIA is probably keeping it up? Or
NVIDIA's still beating them. From what I've seen, Navi brings them closer, and from what I've seen on like YouTube and tech tubers that I watch, the new AMD architecture, it's still going to be more powerful.
I don't mean like specs wise. I just mean, do you think it's like they just have a model made already because they need it?
Oh yeah, they definitely have
next-gen console. So like, do you think they're ahead of the curve because they're already making them for consoles where
probably
NVIDIA might not have started because they don't need to.
I think NVIDIA's probably already got units like ready to ship. They just haven't announced them yet.
I haven't really heard much about it, but do you think NVIDIA tries to get their stuff into consoles, but they just can't come to a number that AMD gives them?
It's possible.
Because I feel like they would be chomping at the bit to try to get their stuff into.
I would imagine
consoles, because I'm sure that's a good payout. But are they really that stubborn that they won't go down in price at all?
Well, and everyone
knows NVIDIA's like up there. Like the gap is pretty large in price, but the gap isn't that large in performance.
So that the reason the gap in price was always so big is because the gap in performance always used to be pretty big.
Yeah, but now
The
AMD
gap
is
is
closing.
closing, and so that's the thing. Navi is not going to be quite as good from what I've seen. And granted, I'm not a technical specialist, so
Yeah.
I'm taking what these YouTubers are telling me, just at face value. Navi brings them closer. Ampere is still better, but you get more value out of the
I mean, that's
AMD
how it's
cards.
always been.
cheaper.
I feel like,
And
yeah.
so that's the thing. The most recent,
they've always technically been better, but
Yeah.
the money you're spending on it is not like worth.
yeah. So the RTX 58 or the 5800 XT is like the highest level AMD card that's out now, I think.
I think so, because I was looking at. So I'm pumped for this because I kind of looked at getting the card, and I was waiting for the next gens to come out for these past ones to drop. But when I was looking at a 2070 Super, and AMD's equivalent is the 5700 RX XT or something like that. And I mean, 2070 was like $500-$600, where the AMD card is like $350, $400. And yes, technically the Nvidia one is better, but that price gap is not worth it. Like what you're paying for.
A lot of the problems too with AMD has always been drivers. Their drivers have not been good. If they get a decent fucking coding team behind them to make the drivers as good as the NVIDIA drivers, a lot of performance can be gained and lost in driver updates.
Or even that, just surviving. Like all the knocks on cards on AMD cards that I would read when I was looking and comparing is like, great card, worth the money, kills 2070, but it could shit the bed in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Where everyone knows NVIDIA everyone just raised it, they last forever, last forever.
Yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of the money goes to, is just the longevity, where some people say AMD cards could just go out in under a year, which I do not want to be spending money on for them to die that quickly. So that's
exactly
the one downside.
So, and I think, the big thing you're going to see, AMD turn their sights. So AMD was losing on both sides. This is a little bit of a side tangent. AMD was losing on both sides of everything. They were getting their shit pushed in by Big Blue and Intel and processors, and they're getting their dicks pushed in by Big Green and NVIDIA on the graphics cards. They turned around, they put a lot of effort, a lot of resources, a lot of time into their processors, and they're whooping the shit out of Intel right now. Their processors, from a value perspective, much better on the value, with pretty much on par specs for gaming, which is what we care about mostly, but then they destroy Intel, the multi-threaded processes, workstation stuff, for a much cheaper cost than you would for an equivalently cored Intel chip. And so who's to say they haven't? Oh, go ahead.
The side tangent, like a more side tangent. Intel's like kind of shoot themselves in the foot with AMD closing the gap on processors. I'm pretty sure the next gen Intel is going to force you to buy a new motherboard. Like the socket's going to be different on the motherboard. So if you have, like me, I have Intel in my motherboard. I'm not going to be able to get a new chip and put into my motherboard. I'll have to get a complete new motherboard, new processor setup, where at that point I'm going to go AMD, new motherboard, new processor, because it's going to be cheaper and it's doing better. So I don't know what Intel's thinking, like, oh, hey, we're getting our asses kicked. How about we just roll out a new motherboard socket? Not the best idea, people.
Well, and they've been rushing a lot of stuff too. When Threadripper came out, Intel was like, oh shit, like they've got us on the high core, like workstation processor. So they rushed their 30 core or 16 core, whatever the hell it is, processor out, and it's really not that good. And Threadripper still has them. So AMD's done all this work to basically catch up and overtake Intel in the processor market. Who's to say that they're not going to start shifting their, if they can get everything sustainable, up and running, and basically just continue churning out high quality chips that are better and more affordable than Intel, they're going to turn their gaze to their graphics card side of things. And if they do that and they do it successfully, NVIDIA could be knocked off based off their perch. It's going to be a tough one because NVIDIA has been so good for so long. I
feel like people have said that for Intel, though. But
Intel, you could tell Intel was slowing down. Like their chips would come out. they would be like slight increases over the previous chip, and then not really that much, not a ton faster with a lot heftier price tag. Whereas like you can say definitively that year or generation after generation, the GTX cards got better, and then the 1080 to the 20 series, the GTX to the RTX was a massive step. So I mean, the performance has always gone up markedly in the GPU releases. So they haven't really let off the throttle, kind of like Intel did. Intel got real complacent. So yeah.
8:30. We want to do that now?
Oh yeah. So good place to stop. So that was a good little side tangent. Either way, be on the lookout. New RTX cards are coming. Or we're going to get the announcement at the end of August. So keep an eye on the lookout for that. Which
if you're like me, I'm sure the prior generations are going to drop drastically in price. So if you're looking for that upgrade, just wait for these to come out.
The pandemic's been a pain in the ass for prices, though. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
All right, 8:30. It's 8:36 technically, but the giveaway has concluded. Our entries have concluded. So I am going to pull it up. We had 103 users join us. We have one winner to pick. So essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to pick the winner. We'll reach out to them on Twitter, email, whatever we need to do. Get your email address so that we can send you an electronic gift card for the $25. And like I said, $25. We hope you spend it on COD Season 5 Battle Pass. If you don't, that is fine too. It's really, you want it, you can do whatever you want with it for the most part. If you buy something cool or you do a lot of drugs, send us some pictures of those. We want to be a part of that. So we're going to draw the winner right now in 3, 2, 1, click. One winner to draw. You're drawing 100%. Right. Sarah Mayer, Mayer. She is the winner. Entry number 773. Brookfield, Wisconsin.
Right.
Perfect. So we will reach out. Yeah, congratulations. We'll reach out to her. We'll let her know that she is the winner. And we'll get her info and everything like that and send her the gift card. So thank you everybody for doing the giveaway. 1 year of podcasting. It's been a blast. We're going to go for another year for sure. And then we'll probably call it quits.
And then that's about it.
Yeah, here's to another year. So
we're pretty excited. Everything only has 3 good seasons.
I know, right? We're trying to keep it like a TV show. We don't want it to get too stale, too boring. So we're going to end it before it gets to that point. So there you go, Sarah. Thanks for entering. Congratulations. We'll be in touch. If you listen to any of our stuff and whatnot, thank you. And we really appreciate it. So like I mentioned, the reason we're doing the giveaway was for the year of podcasting, and we figured what better way to celebrate than to give away money to buy the COD Season 5 Battle Pass, because Season 5 just came out. And you best believe we're going to talk about it, because we're addicted to Call of Duty, and there's nothing you can say that'll change my mind. It is like my heroin. I can't give it up. I can't. I've never done heroin, but I would assume that the addiction I have for Call of Duty is what drug addicts feel on a regular basis. So
I just blame it all on Nick. I'm gonna blame it on my friends in general. If you guys all stop playing, I would stop playing. But since you guys keep playing, I would too. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go play with you guys.
Well, and that's also partly because of the pandemic, because we can't see our friends, so we gotta fucking play with them and interact with them online. So, so Season 5 is out. New Battle Pass, obviously, new skins, new tiers. Some of the new operators. We're waiting for you to quit first. What ain't gonna happen, Sean?
Staring contest, like you first.
So new Battle Pass, new skins, new operators. The base operator Lurch that you get. He's pretty cool. He's got some upgrades, obviously some different skins variations that you can unlock.
That dude's based off a real guy too, and that man
just like Mara was.
Scary fucking mountain.
Yeah. A lot of the new gun skins are like tactical, like TAC Ops, like they're all like black carbon fiber based off, like they're kind of going with the whole Shadow Company vibe.
Shadow Company. Gotta be secretive.
I mean, it's cool. Like I like the continuity, but I mean the skins are not anything to write home about.
No. Same, I agree. I'm not the biggest fan of the gun skins. For some reason, it looks good on the cars.
Yeah,
It's
it
the same as that
does.
skins just put on cars. I like how it looks on cars, but when it comes to the gun skins, I feel like they're really missing out. They could do a lot better on the gun skins, and it was very big disappointment when I was going through it. I did not like any of the gun skins, or I guess blueprints, I would say, because they'd come with camos and stuff on. But was the biggest fan of the TAC Special Ops Secret Shadow Company
It
stuff.
might look cooler with gold or platinum or Damascus on them too. You know, some
True,
skins
you
look really
put
cool.
it on and
yeah.
then
So there's that, and then actually on the same lines as the skins, there's a huge bug going around where if you have any skins on your guns, causing the gun to like look like a big blob from your screen or from your.
I mean,
your
I've seen
perspective
that
screen.
even before season 5, but it's just more prominent.
Yeah, it's much
in season
much
5.
worse.
I've seen it like once or twice from other people, and I've seen it 2 or 3 times happen to myself
Yep.
in game. Like, oh, now this is a big issue that's going on.
Yeah, and basically, you know, it affected like Nick Merckx and that 100K tourney that they did on Friday.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it'll affect a lot of the times I notice it when I'm spectating people. I haven't actually gotten it myself. I've gotten it myself once, I think, like as I'm playing. But most of the time I see is when you're spectating someone. So either you get it while you're spectating your teammate, or you're trying to spectate some kid who killed you and you thought is a hacker, but you can't tell because it's just the whole screen's like this blob.
Yeah.
Or you get it in the gulag when you're trying to win in a gulag, and that's
the first time I saw it. Was
a
in
real
someone in the
tilting
gulag.
experience. So you know they add new things, they fix other things, they create new problems, which it's Call of Duty. I mean,
I just want to say, how did they not fix the parachute glitch? That's still in the game. I'm still
they said
just jumping and I'm doing this.
they said they were going to address it, like because they were like, yeah, you know, it's a glitch, we know about it, and like we're gonna fix even like when you know walk off a sidewalk and the parachute deploys. We'll fix all of that, but they haven't fixed any.
Well,
of
I haven't seen it because when season 5 dropped, I was doing it kind of consistently. That I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. So a couple new glitches that have been that can be pretty detrimental. You know, some new guns. So there's new AR, the AN-94. It's interesting. You know, from what I've seen, it's not that great in Warzone, and depending on how good you are with it, it can be really good in multiplayer. If you have that hyper load or whatever the hell it's called. Basically, you shoot two bullets. The first 2 bullets, you tap the trigger. The first 2 bullets shoot in rapid succession, and they're really accurate. And then then it'll go full auto. But what, you know, I watched a couple of videos from Drifter and stuff like that, and what actually happens is like the first 2 are fast, and the third one's actually fast too. So if you are really accurate and you can hit your first 3 shots with it, it's actually a murder machine in multiplayer. So he said, you know, it might be a CDL like meta breaking or meta changing weapon in multiplayer, but it's not really gonna do a whole lot in Warzone, which that's what I'm mostly worried about, and that's what
I mean, I think
listening are probably worried about.
I feel like it slides in to be useful, I would say, in Warzone, but yeah, definitely nothing that's going to change Bruin Zone right now.
Yeah. And then this new SMG, the ISO, whatever you want to call it. I haven't used that.
Picked up once, and like I said, I used it once, and I killed someone, so obviously, I mean, it's like, yeah, I love this gun. But picked up once, it was fine, I guess. Like I said, I killed someone with it.
Yeah.
But I don't have much hands-on with any of them either.
Both guns, though, based on what I've seen from streamers and people who play the game really competitively, neither gun is changing the meta in Warzone. The Bruin FAL is still dominating the Bruin MP5. And so that, you know, brings up another, well, actually, so there's one other thing gun-wise that I want to mention. There's rumors are, and it's, you know, pretty much confirmed at this point. We've seen rough designs of the gun, that the R700 is a new sniper rifle that's going to be coming midway through the season. The R700, if you guys remember, is that like more hunting rifle-esque sniper rifle from Modern Warfare, from the original COD 4 Modern Warfare. That black one that's got the, you know, real heavy bolt, very similar to the M24, from PUBG. The black,
Okay.
their black
Yeah,
sniper
yeah.
rifle. So hunting rifle, very hunting rifle-esque. Obviously it's got a slower rate of fire. The bolt you're not as fast on the bolt with that as you are going to be on with the car, but I think it's going to do more damage.
Do more, yeah, hit harder.
So it'll be a sniper rifle, not a marksman rifle. I think that's my assumption. It could be interesting. I mean, because
isn't some LMG coming in too? Wasn't Nick like creaming his pants about some LMG they're adding?
Yeah. I can't remember what that was called.
The KAC something or other, LW LMG. I don't know.
I haven't seen much on that confirmed. Like this R700, there's actually like rough unskinned models of it in game, like people like testing it like in hand and on the ground. So yeah, this R700 is more of a solid bet that it's for sure coming this season. That other LMG might be a little bit maybe mid-season, maybe season 6. So we'll see. There's been no weapon balancing. So like we mentioned, it's still Bruin FAL, Bruin MP5 meta, and there hasn't been any changes to the weapon balancing to really knock that meta off the king spot right now.
They said that's coming down the pipe, which I don't really understand. Like, if you're gonna do this big season 5 update, map changes, add a bunch of stuff, this, that, why are you not going to change the guns that are broken right now? Why not just do it all in one sweep? Why do this and then wait?
Yeah, so I'll say one thing, or my one opinion on the term broken. FAL is definitely broken. I would say that, their damage shelf and the one shot close range headshot potential that they gave it when they made it the best gun on the planet back in season 4, halfway through season 4, I would say that's a broken change. The Bruin, I wouldn't so much say it's broken, because if you're not hitting like chest and above, you will not put people down that fast. It is a trash gun, like on the legs. So you do have to be somewhat accurate, but it still, if you're hitting, it still puts people down really fast. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that it's in the class of broken. I would just say it's too good. It's too powerful right now. That's me personally.
You think they want to see how if any these new guns or whatnot
maybe
change the meta at all?
Possibly, but I think they knew going into it that nothing was going to.
Yeah.
Because if they're not going to do anything to the Bruin, there's nothing that can touch it. Like literally nothing that can touch the Bruin. So I think they're going to change. I think they just want more data. I think they wanted to get the new guns in, let the new guns sift out, get some data on the new guns. That way, when they make the weapon balance, they can include the new guns on the weapon balance as well.
True.
So that if they want to boost the AN a little bit more or the ISO, they can. Because if they were to make weapon balance changes at the beginning where the new guns are just barely introduced, they wouldn't really know what that would do or how that would shake out for the new weapons. So if they get some data on how the new weapons are performing, they can then make a change on the whole set.
I would also just say, like, I wouldn't trust COD to do that. Well, something would break. Like, okay, let's add this, see what breaks, and then try to fix it, and then we'll add this and see what breaks, try to fix it. I just don't trust them to do big sweeping changes without something just blowing up.
I know. Honestly, though, you mentioned it. If it's going to be, I was watching your stream while you were, you were mentioning that you think the Origin 12 is going to become a more viable backup. I actually wiped a whole team last night with an Origin 12 off the ground, and it, like, when you're up close, like, it murders. So
that's the thing. Like, I've been using to great success off the ground. The one I don't have mine that leveled up, so I can only assume once you get it fully leveled up with a bunch of cool attachments, it's going to be even stronger. Like, if the ground loot is clapping, then a decked out personal one is going to be even better. But yeah, Origin 12 shotgun is pretty goddamn powerful right now.
So there's, it's interesting. And so I like to see, I don't know. I've always said that for Warzone, the situations and the roles that you expect the guns to play are too muddied together. Bruin's an LMG, but you get those attachments, it operates like an AR. You don't really have much of a hit to movement speed or anything like that. Like,
they let this happen. Like, all these attachments you can put onto it makes it, like you said, an AR. I guess if you don't want it to happen, just if you took out the 6-round mag attachment, how many people do you think would be running it just because it'd be
It'd
a
be
pain in the ass to
slower. Yeah.
reload?
Oh yeah. I
And
think that would
movement
make a
speed,
huge
and everything
difference.
too. Yeah.
So, I'm always a huge fan of a little bit more delineation on like situations and roles, especially when you're playing a squad-based game, because you can have people who are the close-up, heavy hitter gunners. You can have the mid-range, you can have the long range. Granted, not everyone plays that way, but
That's
that's
too
the
tactical
thought.
for
Yeah,
13-year-old Jimmy playing COD.
That's the thought, and that's that's I think a good way to approach the game when you're trying to parse out the weapon balances and stuff. It's not going to really probably happen. It would be nice to see just a bit more delineation of like what weapons are good at what situations, what they're meant for. That way, you can get a little bit more tactical, even though that's not really what COD's meant to be. So
Yeah, no, that's not what they're really going for. But yeah, I agree. It's all just kind of blurred together, like ARs, SMGs, and LMGs all just kind of do the same shit. I feel like
Finland's elite. Say something,
That's
man.
cool.
Or lurk. Do whatever you want.
that's the screwdriver.
Yeah.
Cool screwdriver. Hi, bud.
What's going on?
Watching on YouTube. What
Yeah,
are you
he
doing?
is. I know. God, it's crazy. So yeah, Bruin, MP5, Bruin Foul still dominating. So map changes. They've added some zip lines to taller buildings. They've added zip lines to like murder towers, or what we call murder towers. Some buildings in downtown. Obviously, the stadium's open.
On
The
stadium too.
stadium has zip lines on it. So these zip lines are cool. So that I kind of brushed over another big thing. Stadium's open, so you can go in stadium. It's a playable area now. It's kind of a clusterfuck.
So yeah, everyone and their mother's gonna be there, so be prepared for that. That's the one thing I hate. I know we harp on them to give us map changes, and I like to see it, but that's the one thing I hate about just the gaming community when they do give you map changes. Everyone wants to go see and check it out, so you can't really.
I'm gonna
drop
be the
and
king of
check it out,
stadium.
'cause you're just gonna die instantly. So
Yeah.
I can't learn how to play this area because I don't want to drop there. So like, if
And there's
you
a
end up there late,
lot to it. It's super
there's a lot.
confusing.
There's a lot of tiers,
Yeah.
multi-tiers, basements, this and that. So.
It's lurking in Twitch too.
So it's just, if it comes down to it, late game, I'm not gonna know how to navigate because I just stay away from it. 'Cause I don't want to die instantly off the drop because the whole server goes there. But
Yeah, that's
what
true.
can you do?
It's tough. It really is. So yeah, stadium's open, but back to the zip lines, which, for me, stadium being open is cool. Map changes is cool, but I'm a huge fan of at least the thought process behind them, trying to make power positions a little bit more accessible, because the buildings, everyone would agree that the tall buildings are power positions. They're hard to take. They're easy to defend.
All of
hard
them have
to
just
take.
one way up.
Yeah.
Just one way up, and that's it. So you throw these zip lines, it gives you a couple more options to attack people with.
The only downside is you can still pretty much guard the roof pretty easily. If there's one stairway up, you have two people guarding the roof, and if there's one zip line up, you have two people guarding the zip line. And unless you're moving with your team, breaching at the same time,
So it would still require a very coordinated effort to.
because two people can go up a stair,
Take it
only
over.
one person at a time can go up the zip line. So that makes the coordinated attack from the attacking team even that much tougher. So, it'd be basically a 2-on-2, 3-on, or depending on what mode you're playing in. If it's quads, it's a 3-on-4 battle. So it becomes a little tough, I think.
I feel like getting off them at the top.
When you're
is still
super
just-
slow,
is
there's a
touch
huge
too slow. It's
There's
just
a
gonna
huge
get
delay.
melted.
Yeah. So
I think they need to speed up just a little bit, and then
yeah.
Good.
Silence banned into Overwatch.
cry. So it is mass report me.
That's
You got
awesome.
what you deserve.
Always got to listen to your teammates, man. Do everything they tell you. Haven't you ever
Yeah,
told
they're
you?
always right.
Your online teams, your online team members in gaming are always right. Yeah, so the zip lines are nice and it's helpful. I just don't think it's enough quite yet.
Yeah,
as far
it's a
as
good start.
challenging power positions.
It's a good start, but I feel like they need to do a little bit more. But yeah, they definitely do need to do something to help with getting rooftop Randalls off the little perch because they get there, it is tough to get them off. So
It
I
is.
like where they're going with it, but they need to maybe fine tune it or just give us one more option.
Yeah. Or even just like, I honestly, we talked back when season 4 was coming out, they had teased the deployable ladder.
Yeah.
I think with the COD 2020 tease and the thought that Blackout's not gone, they're just going to incorporate Blackout into the Warzone platform. A grapple gun, like how cool would that be? Like, and you could just get up that way instead of the set grapple. I mean, you could keep the set grapple lines as well, but I think like a grapple gun would be pretty
that's
cool.
a great idea, because with the set grapple things, that's where they mean coming from.
Yeah.
If you have something they can move yourself, you have to keep a lookout 360 on that roof, because you don't know where they're going to be coming from. And
Yeah.
so that'd be a great addition, I think. Either that or just take what they have installed now, like with the zip lines, but somehow make it so you can adjust the
like it's a base, like it's a base thing, and you just move it.
It's not, it doesn't start connected. You go to the station, you move it, that's where you want it. You hit something, it fires it up, and then you go up.
I think that would be kind of cool, because I mean, if they're not going to nuke downtown like I want them to, just fucking nuke downtown.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, if they're not going to nuke downtown like I want them to, they've still got to do more to give you options for challenging power positions like that. It's my opinion. It's my opinion, might not be yours. But either way, I think that's the long and short of it for me. Gulag is, for now, back to pistols and shotguns, but it's going to rotate. So I think every week they're going to rotate.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, the weapon sets in the Gulag, so you don't get all burnt out. Because I can tell you what, the DMRs and snipers, or marksman rifles and snipers and single shot weapons in the Gulag were kind of driving me crazy. I'm okay with the car and the carbine.
I never thought that I'd be so happy to see pistol and shotguns back in. Like when I loaded in and got into it, I was like, oh, praise the Lord, these are amazing. I remember when we first played, I was kind of like, I think they took out some of the, no, they still had the 1911 in there.
Yeah.
But I just
literally shot a guy 4 times with the 1911 2 nights ago. Didn't kill him.
As I hated the pistol and shotguns, like when we first started, just going through everything, especially ending on snipers and DMRs and coming back to pistols and shotguns, it just feels so right and just so good. I really like pistol and shotguns, I think.
I like the Akimbo. The Akimbo Deagles. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I like where it is. I will like that they will rotate them once every week, just because keep it fresh, keep it new, not get burnt out. Because I will say, and any set they rolled out, it got really boring seeing them for so long. So I like.
And honestly, I'm gonna say every time they update the game, take out explosives from your fucking throwables, like claymores, grenades.
I love that we have claymores now.
It's
just
ridiculous.
Let me put this down over here and see if anyone hits it and runs away. I haven't hit anyone's, and no one's hitting mine, so they're kind of useless.
Well, the claymores are, but like grenades and shit, like or Molotovs, like you're going to fight I've said it multiple times. You're going to fight a prisoner, another prisoner to the death to get back into the war zone, and they give you a pistol, or sometimes, like back in the last season, they give you just bare hands. Oh, but hey, here's a grenade. You throw it at them, they die. Like, it's like,
yeah.
I want the Gulag to be more skill based, and I'm okay with all the different weapons. Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with all the different weapons. It's just the explosives that I think cheapen the skill aspect of the Gulag and what it should be. So.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating to get hit by that, or I haven't seen it much, but like stuns back in the day, just getting stunned and standing there for 20 hours. I feel like, and just getting pistol up to death was
get stunned,
demoralizing.
You could get stunned. The guy could run in front of you, cook you a dinner, feed you that dinner, and then kill you before you were done being stunned. It's ridiculous.
As soon as I get hit by one, I just gave up. I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'm just do with me as you wish.
Crazy how long it lasts. So that's everything wrapped up with Call of Duty. It's been fun-ish so far. Skill-based matchmaking is still a thing, which bums me out, I guess. I'm hoping for the day when they take skill-based matchmaking away. I don't think it'll ever happen, but we can hold out hope.
Probably never happens.
I saw a tweet from Marcel, one of the guys that like Courage and them play with a lot. Basically, I do work. He tweeted that he created a burner account and jumped in and played some Warzone games, and he's like, it's fantastic. It's so much fun. And he's like, why can't it be like this all the time? And so, I think a lot of people know that it would be a lot more fun, and just Call of Duty sticking to their gun that it would be detrimental to new players and it would reduce new player retention. And like, but you have 75 million players or whatever.
It's
stat
reducing freaking veteran players retention.
Yeah, because eventually
we get so high. Yeah, you get so
hard.
high and you gotta try so hard, and so the people who are been at it forever are gonna get mad. Who do you care about more? People who put all their time into it, or newbies coming into it? I feel like obviously you gotta care about both, but right now it's really just pandering to newbies, and the people who are OGs and veterans, they don't really like, oh, whatever, just deal with it. You're that high, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
just win the shoot.
Because it's like, I don't think I'm all that great of a player, but I do feel like you can tell. I can easily tell when I hit like the top of my skill base, like, to the point where, like, if I could stay at that skill base, if I hit that skill base and losses didn't detract me, didn't decrease my skill base, obviously you would get used to it over time, and you would adapt to that skill base and you get better. That's kind of the argument for a rank system, because you hit a certain rank plateau, you stay at that rank plateau until you get better to go up a plateau. But the problem with skill-based matchmaking is wins give you pluses, losses give you minuses. So you hit your ceiling of skill-based matchmaking, you lose a couple games, you're back down the ladder, back where it's easier for you to play, and you just keep running into that ceiling,
it's fluctuating in
because
a weird limbo.
You don't get the exposure at your ceiling to surpass that. And so, that's why I think a ranked mode is a much better way to do it if you want skill based. So have a ranked and then have a casual.
If you want to have people be held to their skill, give me a way to see what that number is, what that skill is, and a way to try to grind it up. Like, everyone loves the grind, so if you're gonna put us in skill-based matchmaking games, let's see what it is and try to work our way up.
Yeah, exactly. So that's COD, season 5 COD. Congratulations to our giveaway winner. She'll be able to purchase that if she hasn't already. Her name is Sarah. We'll get in contact with her. Final thing we're going to talk about, thing everyone's here for, everything, the reason you're all here, the doc is back, baby.
Take them and snap them up.
We're at the tippity top, but we're only halfway there. Doc is back. Doc streamed, he streamed for over 24 hours, technically speaking.
The stream was on, but he wasn't there.
So he started the stream up on Thursday in the afternoon, but it was basically just a static image of a gas station with his Lambo, playing a bunch of his synthwave techno music, with Johnny Banzini, this news anchor persona that he's created, doing random hilarious news stories coming up here and there.
VSM News.
Yeah, and so that went on, like I said, from the Thursday afternoon. So, well, let me step back. He started it all off with an Instagram live story. Yeah, it was a pretty cool screen. The music was fantastic. I love so Harris Heller is doing his Stream Beats thing. So this is gonna be a huge sidetrack for me. Harris Heller's doing his Stream Beats thing, which is great. If you guys were in on the very beginning of the stream, we use Stream Beats for the music, copyright free music, and he's creating all these albums. He's generating income from it. Doc with his persona and the music, is that another? In the 2 music videos he's released, is this another avenue he's going to start exploring? Is this whole music side of things to complement his, Doc personality, or his Doc
that Alleyway
persona?
Song was actually really good.
Yeah. So either way, so he started stream. He did the Instagram live video, came on as the Johnny Banzini news anchor, said he had on good authority that Doc is going to return to streaming as early as today, and then an hour later, his stream kicked up on YouTube. So obviously, that happened. It sat for, like I said, 12 hours or so, because he went live, like him in person came on at 12 Pacific time on Friday, so it was 4 o'clock Eastern time for us. He went live. It was huge. He had about 517,000 viewers at one point. That was his highest number he reached.
That's insane. 500,000 people.
Unreal, man. I mean, the one thing I'll say about the doc is he's a master of like marketing and building hype. That Instagram live video was perfect because the minute I saw Dr. Disrespect went live on Instagram, I clicked on it instantly, and then you could see there were a ton of verified streamers, like big name streamers in the chat. Like, oh shit, so like
that's how big he is. Like he gets the fans hype, but also all the other big names are like, okay, I want to tune in and see what's going on.
Exactly. So that happened, and that got everyone hyped, and then he's like returning as early as today, and then everyone freaked out. And we tweeted. For the show, we tweeted a picture of the doc and said, the doc is back, and like with a couple hashtags. And honestly, that's the best tweet we've had the entire time we've been doing this. Had like 220 likes with like 240,000 like impressions. So that was crazy. And basically that stream went live on YouTube. Everyone was flooding there, freaking out. And then he tweeted like, the return tomorrow or whatever, whatever the tweet was. Either way, came back on Friday, and it was awesome. It was a short stream. He only did it for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, he said he's only going to be on for a little bit just to test the waters out.
So YouTube, that's where it is, obviously, because I mean, it's YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook at this point. There's really no way in hell he's going to Facebook. In my opinion, and. YouTube's kind of where it all started. He started the persona on his YouTube channel back in the day. It's been about 10 years. It's been a long time. So there's no exclusivity deal yet. So, I mean, he hasn't signed anything with YouTube as far as being an exclusive YouTube.
And they say they're not going to offer him anything either.
Yeah. So just like a average Joe out there, even though he has 500,000 people watching. I know. So, well, I think they're not going to offer him anything until whatever with Twitch shakes out. So
true.
That was the first big thing he kind of addressed, which I thought he did it hilariously, because he was like, I want you to look me in my eyes when I say this to me. And he was like, all right. And he turned around like he was pretending to take off the Google specs, LCD, LED, 1080p Google specs. He takes them off. But then he's very, very sneakily putting on another
the dude
pair.
Could be a magician too.
I know.
He's really good. I'm like, oh, he's actually going to do it.
Yeah.
And then he turned around and I'm like, oh, I missed it. I missed it.
And then he obviously put another pair on. He turns around. He's like, look me in my eyes. And he's like, he claims that they still have no idea why Twitch banned him. So he claims that they still don't know, or let me rephrase that. Not that he has no idea. He claims that Twitch has not told them the reason why, which in all reality, if you read between the lines, could means that he knows why. He just hasn't been formally told by Twitch that this is the reason why. So there's that. And he said, as far as he's concerned, they didn't do anything to warrant a permanent ban. His sponsors are still there. Game Fuel is still there. Rocket, Turtle Beach, they're all still sponsors of the stream. So none of that has changed. So we really still don't know anything more about why he was banned, and that's everyone's wants to know about that still. There's been nothing from a legal side of things. There's been no news outlets reporting on any legal actions. There's been still no, arrest info. It's like, so nothing legally has happened to him, and a lot of the rumors when he got banned swirled around potentially pretty serious legal actions or something. He broke the law in a serious manner, which I don't know if that's true. I can't believe that.
I don't think it can be at this point. If it was,
I don't know.
You would have to heard something. There's no way it's anything.
So Shannon, Sacriel's wife, still tweeted something yesterday or Friday, maybe rather, saying like she knows the reason, and it's still severe, and because she did a whole tweet back when this first thing happened.
Do they know? But supposedly he doesn't know.
So she did that whole tweet back when it first happened, but she had so many people like hitting her up. She deleted it because she didn't want to make it about like her like knowing and personal gain and stuff like that.
And also, Slasher said that he knows why too back when it first happened. So it's the two people saying they happened that they know what it was.
Based on her tweet recently, she's still sticking to the guns that it's a severe issue, like a severe thing, a severe reason why he got banned. But it's like nothing's happened.
Yeah, it's like if it's this severe, I don't even know who to believe anymore. It honestly,
I know, right?
It's insane. I don't think I can believe her just because how can she know what it is and be so severe? But Doc claims he doesn't know what it is, and if it is so severe, how is no legal action taken yet? So
and so that's the other thing. I think that he's exploring legal action against Twitch. He's mentioned it himself.
Yeah.
And he mentioned it in the stream too. So they're definitely exploring legal action against Twitch. For what reason we don't know. And your theory was a good one, or you saw it from someone else. But either way, the theory that
how they just made up a
reason you can make up a reason to break a contract, and they decided to do that.
So they can just randomly decide, this all of a sudden breaks TOS. So they could have just made up some BS that he did something to break TOS, and boom.
So there may he's still exploring that option. So obviously as that unfolds, the reason it's going to become known at some point. If the legal action goes through, I would hope so too, actually. If the legal action goes through, news outlets will pick it up, or esports reporters, industry people will start disseminating the info. Like, you hope that info will come out just so we can know why he was banned.
I need to. It's just getting
right?
Just one side saying they know and it's wicked bad, and his camp is saying we don't even know, and
then he's back.
It's happening.
He's streaming.
It's just two complete different sides are saying two different complete things, so you just have no goddamn idea. And
it's tough because he said himself today, like, he's back. He doesn't know exactly what that means. He basically just didn't want to stay on the sidelines. He's like, I got to be back. I got to be in the game. So that's why he's just doing it upon himself. He even said,
so obviously whatever is going on in the background, like legal wise, isn't taken care of. But like I said, he can't just sit there anymore. So while it's all still going on, he's just going to jump on and stream.
And so he even said today, like, the old schedule, 6 to 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. He said that's probably not going to be the case. He said,
really
fewer days, fewer hours. That way he can kind of focus on other things, other content things. When in all reality, if you read between lines, it's probably some content stuff, but it's probably, he needs time to work out this Twitch stuff. Because obviously he's going to be heavily involved in sorting that out.
Or boom, here's a big theory. He's in jail right now, and he's got 2 hours of game time, and then they cut him off.
Maybe. He did say he lost 10 pounds.
He was looking
on stream.
Slender.
So maybe, it's that jail diet. He's lost weight already. He's in jail. They gave him an area to set up his streaming stuff, because I don't think you've seen Mrs. Assassin.
Oh my God.
That would be pretty funny. So it's still up in the air. The big thing outside of why was he banned, the other big thing is who the hell is he going to play with now? Because it's a violation of TOS for any partners to, show in any way, shape, or form someone who's actively streaming who has been banned from the platform. So he can't play with
voice,
Nick,
right?
He can't play with his voice too. Like,
his voice can't be on Twitch.
No, his voice. If he is
and on
if
Twitch,
he is
can't
live,
be on it in any way, shape, or form.
So I was reading some things about it, and it's like, those live stream fail videos. Like, if you watch those live stream fail videos on stream with people, and someone happens to be in there that's banned, that's fine, because at the time you were watching that person, they weren't concurrently
banned.
Live. No, they weren't actually live themselves. So basically what it's hitting at is, like, if someone gets banned and goes to another platform, they can't be live on their other platform and be present on Twitch in any way, shape, or form. So like that's how I'm understanding it, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like Vis, Tim, Mercs, Halifax, he plays with him a lot.
Yeah. As much as I love like the Doc persona himself, he's at his best when he's bouncing off other people.
Yeah.
He's giving shit to Nick, giving shit to Tim, and they're all getting into it, like getting into it. They're all friends. That's when he's at his best. I love when he plays with Tim because they just fucking give shit to each other all the time. Yeah. So yeah,
Tim and Nick are fun to watch.
They're pretty good. I'm glad he's back, but yeah, he can't play with any of the people I like to watch, so I don't know.
I mean, he can play with Courage. He could play with Stone. He's played with Stone in the past.
Facebook gamers, you can play with them, but it's just not the same. I'm gonna be sad if you can't have him. But I mean, if they really wanted to, obviously they could play games of Doc, but mute his voice to their streams, correct? Like, or can you not be can they not see his name?
I mean, but anyone can change their name in Call of Duty to say Dr. Disrespect.
True. So I'm assuming if they do really want to play with him, they could mute his audio coming in, so his voice isn't on Twitch. But
I mean, a lot of the partners have voiced concern about this, like as far as like, hey, like Twitch, come on, you got to loosen this shit up.
Yeah, I feel like this. Well, say that, but we don't know why they did this. So if it's wicked severe and they absolutely hate him, they're not going to. But if it wasn't severe, maybe they will loosen their grip. Like, okay, true, everyone loves it when you guys play with him, so we'll let you guys have his voice on stream. But we don't know why they banned him, so they could be like, hell no, we don't want that guy anywhere on our platform. So we still have to wait to see just what the reason was.
Yeah, and so I think that's like, he's back. It's great. And he's fantastic to watch, in my opinion, solo, but he is better with those, with friends, with those guys.
He's going to lose a lot of his persona. It's
going to be tough.
Not being able to play with them.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. And so those are really the two things. Like, who's he going to play with and why is he banned? Like, those are still the two big things that people are like dying to know. So,
I mean, also, like, who is going to be able to play with it kind of leads into what is he going to play. Because obviously, if you can't play with all his friends on Warzone, like, is he going to play Warzone? Or I know he's playing
Warzone
Company. Or he's going to play Rogue Company today, or
he did play
tomorrow.
Today. Yeah, I played Rogue Company today.
So it's just going to be strange to see.
Yeah, it is going to be strange for sure. Obviously, as things develop, anything that comes up, we'll keep you guys up to date. But that is gonna do it. I mean, that's pretty much everything we had on paper to talk about. Again, big thank you to everyone who entered the giveaway. Big congratulations to Sarah. She won the giveaway, the $25 gift card. Like I said, want you to purchase Season 5 Call of Duty, but if that's not what you're going to purchase, that's fine too. We will shoot her an email with the electronic gift card for her to claim her winnings. For everyone else who's been watching, thanks so much. Fool, thanks for the follow. We really appreciate everyone who's been hanging here with us through the live stream, and anyone who's listening to us in audio form as well. If you guys, I said at the beginning as well, it's been a year for us since we started this whole podcast adventure. It's been a blast, and we really appreciate everyone who's been along with the ride for us, or the ride with us. And we're going to continue to keep grinding. So, rating, reviewing, sharing with friends, word of mouth is huge. So let someone know, if you like what we're doing, let someone know, share them, share us with them, go to Podchaser, rate us, review us. That's really helpful for us as far as discoverability, all of that stuff. Follow our social medias. If you have not followed our socials, you should go do that. If you do one thing, after leaving us, it should be going and following our social media, Twitter and Instagram. If you're interested, you can subscribe to our YouTube as well. If you haven't followed us on Twitch, consider that as well. But yeah, I mean, that's it from a show standpoint. Matt, you've got your socials, so why don't you drop that stuff for them as well?
Technique on Twitter, TECKNEEK, Technique TV on Instagram. We're getting that going a little bit. And 5 followers away from 1,000 on twitch.tv/technique. So
boy.
if you haven't followed the channel, you want to help a homie break a milestone, check that out. And yeah.
Awesome. I have a Twitter, jfrosty, J_FR05TY. That's on Twitter. I'm not huge or very super active on Twitter right now, or at all, kind of, from my personal account. I do most of the work on the show's Twitter, but you can give me a follow either way. But big thing, follow the show, let someone know, and enjoy